Hi, tribe. Welcome back, or I should say, welcome back to me because I've been gone for so long. Unfortunately, I suffered a great, unexpected, and tremendous loss at the end of 2024. I also suffered another loss, a little bit more expected, still difficult to navigate through. And I haven't been here. I have been being carried by the Lord and making my way through. And eventually I was able to focus enough to determine that my word of the year is grace. That's what I have to give myself. And I've given myself grace to not have recorded at all this year. And so here I am at the midpoint, coming back, so thankful to be in the frame of mind to be able to do that. And you know, that's what the channel is all about, is the therapy of planning. Okay, so I'm Dr. J, and this is the Therapy of Planning. Thank you so much for clicking on this video to check it out and see what the Therapy of Planning is all about. And if it's your first time here, thank you so much for checking me out. And again, seeing what the Therapy of Planning is all about. And I hope that you find some inspiration here or something that you identify with so that you'll just come along on the journey with me. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button as we navigate this path of hitting the sweet spot, planner peace. It's a little elusive at times. Sometimes you think you got it, and the next you know, off it's gone again. So I am thankful to be healing and making my way back to doing what I love, which is making these videos and slowly learning about how to do it better and trying to get regular with it. I see now the light's not exactly quite white, so I hope you'll bear with me. Things are changing in my household and I'm not recording in the normal place that I would, so I don't have my lighting exactly right, but it looks like it's good enough for me to be able to go ahead and share with you what 2025 has been looking like so far. Of course, it started off with me not really doing anything, because we're planners. I had a plan already in mind for 2025 when the unexpected and unimaginable occurred. And so eventually I got back on track to keep moving forward that way. And I have some things that have worked out really well and continue to work really well. And I have some stumbling blocks that I'm trying to still iron out at this time. So I just want to share with you what I have. And I have, I think I introduced this last year, figured out what exactly I need a planner or journal for. And that has seemed to be the key of navigating what I'm going to use, because I know what I'm trying to plan, journal, memory keep, so to speak. And that has helped me, because then knowing that, I can find what best suits doing that. There's multiple ways to do or journal or plan a lot of the same things. A lot of people have a prayer journal. A lot of people have a wellness or health journal. So there's different ways to do it. That's going to depend on your preferences, but really just identifying what things I need to keep track of has been key to me starting that journey of planner peace. So I'll just go through real quick and tell you the 10 things, yes, 10, that are important for me to have journal or planner wise. So number one is the prayer journal. That's absolutely the first thing that I deal with every day and something that's really important to me. Number 2, a work planner, because I like to keep my work and my personal planner separate. Sometimes there's things in my personal planner that are work related because it's about where I have to be on what given day, but I don't like to put anything personal in my work planner. I carry it with me to work. I have to work outside of the home, and I don't need to share any of my personal business with anybody else if I'm, in an area where somebody could see my planner. It just doesn't jive for me. I love keeping it separate. And my wellness journal. I like to keep track of my sleep, what I've eaten, how I'm physically feeling, and so I have something to do that. It took me a while to figure that one out, like what to use. Creative journal. That might not be the correct whole title, and I'll show you. You'll see when I get to what I do for journaling. You'll see what I mean. Business planner and notebook. Okay, so the first 5 things, I really got it down, what I'm using. The last few things, there's a couple of them that not so much. I had something set up for a business planner and notebook last year, but I found that I didn't need it, not in the same way that I originally set it up for. So that's kind of in the wobbly zone right now. Okay, spending tracker, not doing tracking as well as I should, but I do have a place to do it, and I'll show you that. Finance planner, that's really basic for me, something, probably one of the first things that I started doing, or one of the first things I really settled on, because basically, you'll see when we get there, but it's real basic, no changes, no issues there. Research notes, sorry, a little tongue-tied, it's been a minute, right? Research notes and brainstorming. Yeah, that one is kind of up in the air too, of where or what I want to use to do that. And lastly, everyday carry. Again, I have a couple of choices. I'm kind of undecided. I'm kind of just like trying out a couple of different things. So we'll see that. And for each of these planners and journals, the goal is to make separate videos for those, to show you in more detail how I use them, and to show you like any updates that I might need to make in them, and also those few that are up in the air that I'm trying to figure out, to try to work through and see exactly what I want to do. Okay, so let me just go through them. I'm trying not to take too long and keep you here for too long, but I'm just going to show you each one and where I'm at. So I'm going to start with number 1. Usually I like to do the countdown and start from 10 and go to 1, but I figured since the first 5 I'm really solid in what I'm doing, I would just present those first and then show you some of the options and things that I'm trying to figure out in the last few. Okay. So number 1, like I said, is my prayer journal. This has not changed since 2024. I am using 2 A5 Sterling ink notebooks and a monthly booklet. So in the front is a monthly booklet, and I'm not using those front pages at all. I don't know if in the future I might think of some way to use them, but right now in the booklet, each day I just put down what scripture I've written, because basically I'm doing scripture writing in the first notebook. So I write down the scripture, and then in this first notebook, I basically, this is someplace that I didn't fill out, so I'll just show you here. I just set up a half a page per day to write down that scripture. Okay. And then in the back notebook, whoops, this is getting right there. In the back notebook, I it's just plain, I just write like writing a letter to God, like writing my prayers out. And so I won't go deep into that one, but this one I set up, every week, or I try to. So like I said, I'm giving myself grace. I just try to spend some time at the beginning of each day with God, reading his word, writing. I'm not, perfectly writing every day, but I'm more and more getting back on track. So that's the first one, doing real well. An A5 Sterling ink notebook, 2 of them, and an A5 monthly booklet. Okay, so that's that. Then we have my love. It is a traveler's notebook. This is a Planner Perfect cover, which I love. I have here a friction pen, multi different colors. I love this pen because I can erase. I'm not into I'm not like really deep into pens, especially not into fountain pens, because as beautiful as they write in the different colors of ink, I am too afraid of messing up. So I just prefer to use my friction, and I love that this is like a I think this is a 0.5. Yeah, I love how thin that is. And so in my traveler's notebook, I am using Sterling ink. Again, I think I'm pretty much just a Sterling ink girl. I've left Hobonichi behind. Some things were working, of course. The cousin was kind of where I started when it came to bound books. I love the layout, and that's kind of what got me where I am with my prayer journal, because I was using the Hobonichi and I couldn't figure out how to use, weekly and daily pages. This seemed like too much for me, seeing that I like to keep my personal and my work separate. And then I kind of figured out, okay, scripture writing in the weekly, and kind of prayer journaling in the back, and then keeping the scripture that I wrote for that day in the monthly. So that's what I was doing. And then I realized that I can just come out of Hobonichi, use a plain notebook. And the reason really primarily that I stepped away from Hobonichi is because I love this plain paper of the Sterling ink notebook. No quotes, no different colors, just plain white Tomo River, just a right size grid for me paper. Okay, so I love that. This year I did something kind of strange, because I really prefer the vertical layout over the horizontal, but at the end of the day I decided to go ahead and get a horizontal, because I realized that I could just use this for appointments or events that I had that day. Typically I'm not going to have like a ton of them in one day. Maybe 2, 3 is probably the maximum different things that I would have in one day that I need to note down here. And then I love the vertical format that I can write a to-do list. So I just put not a lot of decorations here, and let's see if I can show you. Yeah, not a lot. So this is kind of like an average thing, right? I didn't even write my to-dos there, but yeah, something like this. Okay, so that's basically where I'm at. I keep it clipped so that I could just turn right to the page for that week. Okay, and so then this was like a last minute add-on, the horizontal. I don't know what, something I saw prompted me to go ahead and get it, because I already had and I'm going to skip to it, the vertical. But as you can see, for the vertical, okay, because we're at the end now, right? I'm getting ready to go to July. This is what it looks like. And I could write in here. I don't typically write small. The grid helps me to be more precise with my writing. But I was finding that I really didn't need I didn't have appointments like that I needed to write down each day, like this is going to happen at 9, this is going to happen at 1. I just didn't have enough of that. So I wanted to kind of change how I used the page, and I experimented with a few other things until I remembered that I used to do this in the A5. I used to just totally change the layout of the page and make the horizontal blocks here, and sometimes do like the quad. So once I discovered that, I was back in love, because I had gotten a little unenchanted with the vertical, because like I said, I just wasn't using this as it's meant to. And I see other people doing other things with it too, like maybe cutting this off, putting their to do for the day here, maybe they cut down here off, they put meals, and they do different things. So I was trying to figure out how to restructure it so that it would be more useful to me. And once I figured out doing this, then I was happy, because as you can see, I love to decorate. And what I do here is the front book, which is the horizontal, is the things that got to get done, right? I'll put my to-dos here. And the back book is the things that I did, the done list, or when I called, or when I ordered, or when I went wherever, gets written up here. Okay, so it's just enough space when I set it up to take note of the things that happened that day. Not, in a journaling format as to how I felt or anything like that, but just things that I did. I emailed this person, I ordered this, I sent this off, so forth. Okay, so that has been working really well to use both of those. And then I have the monthly in the middle. Okay, so I've got to actually get ready to set up July. So I have it clipped to this part because I use this to just put down major things throughout the year, like the oranges when I have classes to teach, and then I put different travel things up there. So I have it clipped so that I can open right to it. And then in the very back, I have just a plain notebook that I can take notes on. Now, what I did decide, and this has been working out really well too, probably I should have looked before I started so I could have found a place, but if I should need more space here, like something happened that required me to take more extensive notes, then darn, I can't find where I did that anywhere. But what I would do is notate the numbered page that I went back here and wrote it on. So like this little note that I made, something to do with the health insurance, I put page number 2 with wherever I made the note. Okay, oh, this is good. January 8th. So let's go to January 8th, which I probably back set up because I wasn't really doing so great to do this initially. Okay, so here we are, January 8th, and then I wrote here, called Inspire, page 2. So now here at page 2, there's more extensive notes. And that's been working really good for me because I don't want to leave myself so much room that I am not utilizing it and there's just white space. But I knew that there might be times when I had to make more extensive notes. And so I figured out that I can just identify where they were by writing down the page number. And so this is just random. Like here I wrote shop. It's just stuff that I'm thinking of or brainstorming when I'm not at home. This is what I have been using. So that's my personal planner. It's not, I'm just kind of fiddling around with the side there. I discovered that I don't have to have it all set up right perfectly in the beginning of the year. I can just add things and change things around throughout the year as I find things and as I see that they work there. So it's like an ongoing project. Now, the next thing is my work planner. This is a half letter. I can't remember if I was in a half letter before I was in the Traveler's. I don't think so. I think I tried the Traveler's Notebook. I was intrigued from somebody I saw with it. And then I think I left it for a while and came to the half letter. And then I went back and then I figured out how to use both of them because I do love them and I do love keeping things separate. So basically, this is in this gorgeous Notique cover. Hey, VJ. Not that she's watching, but I'm just giving her a shout out because I think she's awesome and I think her products are awesome. So this is a cover from Jane's Agenda. I sometimes get the subscription from her. And Basically, I just, the decorative elements are just in what's inside, you know, these different dashboards, because I don't put any stickers really in here. Okay, so I just put different dashboards in here, and then I keep, as you can see, I need to update. I guess I'll leave this to the side and do that off camera. But I usually keep the month before, the current month, and the month after. And I still have to update it for my weeklies. And in the weeklies, I just am using Jane's agenda. Let me see if I can find. I know this is the last week in here, but I didn't really write anything. I just use this, put notes, and then I note down again what things I did for work that day that I got to keep track of. Sometimes it's I put down when something is due there, and just keep track of when I did what, as I do have to go back and look. Sometimes I'm filling out information of what I did for one organization, and I need to submit information about it so I can go back through here and see what I did in the past couple of weeks. And then I keep back here the full year monthly calendar so that I can future plan, like when I have to go somewhere or when I'm teaching a class. So that's where I was telling you that sometimes what work stuff overlaps into my personal planner, because I just need to know that I need to be somewhere different. But I have that, and then I have some notes in the back, and I even have a couple of separations for notes on a specific topic, and then I just have some plain paper there. So I'm going to make a separate video and go into that a little later. Well, actually, I need to update this, so I might record something separate when I get done here with this. I think I'm going to move this because I keep catching it. Yeah. And so you can see just a little bit how I updated. I don't know, like I might not really do a lot of updating, so I'll see, because I think I'm just going to leave this. This is very summer oriented, and like I said, I'm kind of transitioning some things around in my house, and it'll be, I don't know if I'll be able to get to like my whole stack. I have a whole book full of covers and dashboards. Okay, so next is my wellness journal. So to keep it rolling along, like I said, probably come back and talk to you more about each of these separately. But basically, this is a classic, and I had really gotten away from this. I got these when I first came to the planner community and really moved out of the classic size pretty quickly. And didn't know what I was going to do with all the stuff that I had for it. And so when I finally thought of this idea, this setup, I was really thrilled to be able to use my classic size covers and inserts and whatnot. So I just keep track of my sleep. I use, I'm show you quickly, I use a horizontal Happy Planner Classic inserts. Things that I'm feeling physically, using quad layout from Live Love Posh. And I have an old vertical insert, Caliber Plan, that I got at, I don't know, one of those planner conferences I've been to. I got one, and so I redated it, and I just write down what I've eaten for the day. Basically, I like it because I can do the 3 things, you know, the morning, lunch, dinner. And there's some other things, other ways that I want to add to this. Like I want to do a water tracker. I want to do a tracker for my vitamins. So there's some tightening up to do here, but I really love how this came together using my stash, right? So basically I went and grabbed from different planners. The only one that's current, that's a current planner is, and then you see I got this from that planner, is this horizontal Happy Planner. Is the only, as a matter of fact, was it good through the rest of the year, or was it was 18 months, but I think it started last year, so I think I'm good through the rest of the year. But I'm gonna have to update, like the body portion that has the quad layout, I'm going to need something for that, because I was redating that too, and that's run out. And the other, sorry, no, the vertical, yes, the vertical one that I'm redating, I have a whole year of that to redate. But I need something to do for the quad layout. So I don't know, I gotta think of what I'm gonna, look at my stash, see what I can use. Okay, so now I know you see three journals, right? For my one number journal, right? The creative journal, it's in here somewhere. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna call this like A, B, and C of whatever number creative journaling, whatever number that is. What is it, 4 or something? I don't remember. Yeah, 5. Okay, so yeah, so like 5A, 5B, 5C. Can we do that? Or is that cheating? I don't know. Well, I am ending up with 3 different things that I use to journal, and I like it, so I'm not worried about it. This one is an A5 Slim, so she just kind of came out with that, and it is working perfectly for daily. Okay, so when I started out though, I did like a half a day, and then I started doing 1 page a day, because I like putting like more decoration. So when I could put just enough decoration that it says something to me, and still have just enough room to write a daily snippet. That's what I call it. Basically, when there was a moment that I couldn't figure out what to write, I was listening to somebody talk about journal prompts, and what I took from that was I would write what I liked about the day, what I didn't like about the day, and what I was looking forward to for the next day. So basically it's some form of gratitude when I talk about what I liked for the day, just thankful that this went this way or this happened that way. And then I didn't care that much for that, for this happening. And when I look at what I didn't like, it really gave me perspective, because there was nothing major most days. So it made you realize the day really wasn't that bad, whether I was, thrilled about it or not thrilled about it. Like, nothing severe happened to make me, feel like, oh my God, I had the worst day, So that's this. I got this cover from a brand on Etsy. I have to look and see what company it is, but they were really nice. They made some changes over here to this. I want to put things in here, but I haven't figured out exactly what yet. I have some different buttons and pins and what have you, so I'll be working on that slowly. I keep the black here, but then each week, like whatever color that's the extent of my pen thing, is that I have these pens in different colors, the G2 palette, and so whatever color I'm going to use, like this, I decorated yellow, so I have yellow. So that's what I do with having the 2 pen loops. I love how that looks. I love this color because it's purple, but it ain't like, oh, it's purple wine, Merlot, I don't know, but I love this color. So that's that. And then I had an A5, a regular A5 notebook from Anika's Creative Closet. I picked it up, I put it down, I picked it up. Finally I decided to keep going with it. And this is more of a long form journaling. And I would almost say that I use this like weekly, like on the weekend, kind of like a weekend review. This is where I will go more in depth with anything that I'm feeling or going on, whereas the daily snippet is just, a little observation about the day, and just to kind of keep the writing flowing. Okay, and this would be more long about how I've been feeling. Okay, and I got this cover off of Amazon. I really love the cover. I haven't, again, really decorated. This is from Live Love Posh. I just stuck it back there. So always in a work in progress setting it up, but I do love the feel of this cover. I love having something that can get distressed like that. I don't always like every cover to be distressed, but this brown is working just the right size. I like that it snaps closed, so that's a great cover. And then I have this lectern. Okay, it's just plain paper. I didn't mean for it to be that. I meant for it to be dot grid, but it's fine because I just decided that I'm just going to use it kind of like a junk journal, art journal, just throw anything down that I feel like journal, and then leave space to write things that I want to remember. Like somebody, I remember I wrote this down, this person, she wrote this and I thought that was great. And so I just wrote it down that I want to decorate this page and then write that on the page. So any kind of, I don't know, something that I see that motivates me, a saying that I hear, or something that I read that I just want to catch a brief snippet. Like I found something on Threads yesterday that I just took a snapshot of that I want to write in here. So this would be something that I do just at random. So you almost might say that I have like monthly, weekly, and daily. Yeah. So that works out for me. Each of these books I'll just use till they're completed. I'm not gonna change, by the year. So it's like, if I write, this is the only one that I date. And I date it because I really do want to at least write that every day. And I like the way the date headers, blend with the decoration. So that's what I'm doing for journaling. Okay, so that's all good. Now we start getting a little into the I'm not sure areas. So let's just jump ahead to number 10, the everyday carry. Okay, choices, don't know, unsure. Okay, so I love this cover. This is a Hobonichi, I forget what you call this. I'll put it in the notes or something. But anyway, this is I love this cover, and I have A6 size because it's really a Salogy. First I cut it to, I think I first cut it to standard TN size, and then I went back and cut it down to the A6, which I like because it cuts off the top of that little writing. I just found that I really like it to be blank, and I do like the Salogy paper. Let's receipt in there. The problem that I had was it's fine just like this. Don't mind putting it in my bag. But I got cute and decided I was going to I have a little card wallet here with a, what do you call those little things to track it? An air tag. And I have another little thing that I was putting in here that had some cards in it. And then that's when it started getting a little difficult because it wasn't laying flat. It was starting to bend, curve the book, and I didn't want that. So because I was trying to make it all like my wallet, like I've done in the past with the passport size. I've put everything together and made my wallet in the notebook one, but that got really chunky too. So it's fine. Like I realized it's fine once I took all the things out. So it's not 100% to say that I won't end up using this one, but I'm just not sure. I'll put those away. But one thing that it does fit is I think it's number 7. Not that it matters about the numbers, but my spending tracker. What I decided to do was get this booklet. Okay, I keep mixing up passport. So this is passport size, even though I want to say that it's pocket size, but it's not. It's the other way around. So this is passport size, and I don't know. I think this is passport. I think I'm saying it right. And it's just the weekly, and it's only for half of the year, and then I have another one for the other half of the year. So before I had this size, I had the whole book, like with the monthly and then blank pages at the back. But then I didn't really use it. It was, much thicker, so it had to be like solo, whereas this, I'm just able to slide it in here, and that works perfectly. And so not doing it as diligently as I should. Sorry, I got off camera. I'm not doing it as diligently as I should, but it's there. It works. I just need to be more, I can't even think of the word. I just need to be more disciplined with it, I guess is the best way to say it. So now that I took the stuff out, I'm rethinking, like, okay, did I need to try something else? Because try something else I did. I finally ordered it. It had been on my mind to try it. Just a Hobonichi week size notebook from Sterling Ink. So just a plain notebook. And I have a, I don't know, guys. I can't think right now. But I have another cover for it, which I can't get my hands on right now. But I found this one that I have that's from, oh, gosh. Wow. Oh, really beautiful. So I put it in here just to get an idea of whether I'd want to put this in my bag. I might put like some cards in here or something so that it'd be, serve double duty. So since it's kind of, longer or whatever, it would kind of take the place of my wallet as well, like I tried to do with this one. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, because now that I've gotten used to this size, I'm not sure that I want to go this size. Like I always thought the Hobonichi is small, but because there's nothing else on these pages, it's really not that small. So I don't know that I really need all this to carry with me, because most of the time I'm at work, and that means I have my personal planner with me, and I can use the TN standard notebook that I have in my TN. It's just sometimes when I'm not, at work, I'm not with my planner, that I wanted to have always have paper to write any thoughts, brain dump, or notes that I need. So now I have this that I'm trying to decide if I want to use. Then I said, oh, there's something in here. I said, hey, let me try. I thought this was passport size, guys. But it's pocket. Let me try this pocket one. And I'm kind of leaning towards this opposed to the week size. Now, also, like I said, this size isn't bad either, but I just feel like I have this zip, and I have that I should be able to put something in it, and I don't have anything else that I would put in it besides my wallet stuff, which made it too chunky. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might use this, like take this when I travel or something. I'm not sure. I was just thinking to see if this fits in here, and it does. Oh, it does it? No, it doesn't. I don't know. No, it doesn't really, because it fits, but I just can't put it in that pocket, so I have to figure that out. Yeah, I might just do it like this. I can throw this definitely in my purse, but then I just have to I'm going to have a separate wallet. So I also have, hold on. Let's see. I wasn't planning to show you this, so I don't have it over there. But I just went ahead and went for it and got the passport size. Why is this passport size? To me, this should be pocket size. And this should be passport. Your passport's taller. I don't know. Anyway. So this, I'm not that sure about. It's cool, but I think it might be a little bit smaller than what I want to write with. But it does fit in this very nice Moterm cover that I have that can function as a wallet. Just like I told you, I originally had the whole planner, like with the monthly and the extra pages, and I had it in a Moterm cover, and I liked that, but it started getting really chunky. So I know I need to pull that out so that can be part of the comparison. So let's do that. I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna play around with this a little bit and come back to show you what little discoveries I made, and I'm gonna pull out the Moterm cover, and then it's gonna be 4 here, and then you guys could let me know in the comments which one you think I should go with. Okay, and then maybe I'll show you like my purse, or the typical size purse that I carry too. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So that's where I am with that covers the finance or spending tracker. It's in here now, and the everyday carry. So decisions. All right, the last 2 things, I think I have to show you both together. Okay, so this is a, what size is this? B5 from Sterling Ink again. I'm just Sterling Ink kind of girl. Love it, Catherine. I love that she just took the Hobonichi layout and brought it to a whole new level. Like I said at the beginning of the year, not much was done. But I figured that I could use this as the business planner and notebook. I could put down any appointments or any place that I had to be for anything related to my business. And then I would have the back for notes. Well, of course, I haven't really done a lot with business setup. I've been working on setting up stuff for my business for the past few years. You know, it's just difficult because I work, you know, full-time plus, I'll say full-time plus, because I have a couple of different jobs laid on top of one another. So of course it spills over a little bit into every day, you know, outside of work. So anyway, I don't know about this. One thing that bothers me is that I'm just not going to be able to use all this paper. I think there's a thinner one. I think this was the only one that was available that I could have got compact and have less pages. I put this here because I was going to put like a, what do you call it? An index up here. And then I was just going to take notes, different things as it went along, and then just put it in the index where to find it. I made some attempts to decorate it like this, because I kind of love watching people that do Plan With Me's in the classic size Happy Planner. I always love how beautiful their spreads come out, and I kind of wanted to be able to do that, and I thought, this is about that size. I could probably do this in here. This is, you know, close to classic, right? And I did, but then I didn't find that I can't find the exact right way to use this. Let's put it that way. As far as for business planning, I discovered I really don't have lots of appointments. And I also discovered that when I do have appointments, that those are the ones that will most likely be digitally recorded, right? On my phone, if you're a client and you book an appointment, it's going to be in my HoneyBook. So, I am finding like I didn't want to use it for appointments. Then I said, okay, this would be like goals. Like every day I would like to spend at least an hour doing something, working on my business, and I could write down the things that I did. So that's kind of still in my mind to do, but I don't know that I want to do it this way with this type of layout. So then I went and somehow one day I was motivated and did this. I changed the pages. Again, I seem to like doing that. I could just get a plain notebook and do it, you know, like Bujo style, but I kind of enjoy just doing it over the weekly there, because let's just say I just don't get a chance to decorate it. It's still set up. Also, I do like the calendar here, and it just helps me keep track of where I am, of the dates and stuff like that. The other day I just dated something. I dated something with my personal planner wrong. Anyway, I love how this came out. Didn't use it, but the goal, or let me see, the thought was, I think on one of them I kind of did it. Okay, the thought was over here to do anything that I wanted to try to get done for business that week. And then the major things that I was working on, projects. Okay, so I'm taking a class to move to the next level of coaching, my business, and then there was a program that I was in that I was working on, and then the goal was to write down each day things that I did. And I love how beautiful this page came out. I really enjoyed that. So I'm not sure. And what bothers me the most is I'm going to have all this paper left at the end of the year if I don't figure out something to do with it. This cover I got from Amazon. Really love it. This is from Firefeld Creations. It doesn't quite cover, but I stuck it in there anyway. So that's, I guess that would line up mostly with the business planner and notebook. And then this is where I was. I haven't changed it for brain dump. I just put some pages for brain dump. And then my idea was anything that I'm reading, any video that I watch, any podcast that I listen to that I get ideas from, to use this for note taking for that. So that's still okay, but and that's why it's good to have the everyday carry, because sometimes I'm away or I'm out or I'm at work listening to something, you know, or I'm driving. So I want something that I can have away from me that I could, I mean, when I'm away from home, because this stays home, that I could jot stuff down in, which could also be done in the standard TN. So yeah, a little bit uncertain there if I want to keep going with this. Or more than anything, see, it's old. More than anything, I had this idea last year. And this was that I printed this from, I bought a digital download from Etsy. So this is the dashboard layout, but I only have this side of it. And I printed this thinking I could put down the same thing like I was showing you in the Sterling ink, what I did each day towards my business. And over here I'd put like the time, like if I did it from 8 to 9 in the morning or whatever, or how long, if I did work for an hour. So I figured that. And then I also thought I could just put a plain piece of paper if I wanted to in between to put like to do on or any other notes. So that would mean that what I was primarily trying to do in here could be done in here. Like I could combine them into one. Because it would be easier for the notes, even if I don't keep it laid out the same exact way. I like it being in a disc bound, because I can pull papers out, move papers around. I can punch stuff and add it. Whereas with this one, like once we get through the year, if I still have paper left in the back, then what? So I really love this, I thought of maybe doing something different with this. So I'm gonna, like, again, come back with a separate video, and I'm just gonna kind of be brainstorming about these two, if I'm gonna keep them separate, if I'm gonna combine them, what am I gonna do with this right now. That's something that I've kind of got to think about and try to figure out. So that section and the everyday carry section, those are the two areas that I'm trying to work out. Everything else is going good. Journal's going good. Wellness journal's going good. Personal planner and work planner, beautiful. Per journal, great. Just these two areas is where I need to try to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. So hopefully I haven't rambled on too long. It's kind of long. Hopefully you stuck with me to the end. And if you have any ideas or thoughts on how you might do it or what choices you might make here where I'm kind of stuck, let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button so you can stay with me as I try to figure this out, okay? Because, you know, we all need help figuring it out. I definitely I'm good with these, and as I like update or make any changes, that's what I'll be bringing videos to you about. And I don't really do well with doing decorating, playing with me or decorating. I could show you what I've done after or post it on Instagram, which I'm still not really good with right now yet anyway. I mean, I do it, but I don't keep up with it. I don't do it the regular like I should. So I'm going to be working on that and figuring out if it's something that I want to do or if I'm just going to leave it alone. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's why I say hit the subscribe button, even hit that bell so you know when I post another video. And yeah, hang out with me as I work through it. Having these journals and these planners, you know, it serves two purposes. It's, you know, helpful, of course, keeping track of plans. Journaling in itself is therapeutic, but this is like a hobby for me, the decorative part and setting up different notebooks and planners. And so therefore it serves two purposes, and I really love it. I'm really thankful for it. And I'm thankful for you guys that are watching. I hope you'll stick with me. I hope that you have a blessed day, a blessed week, a beautiful month, a great rest of the year. And I will see you next video. Bye, tribe.